Previously on A Girl Named Jo.
I thought you finished reading that over the summer.
I finished the first part, but Graham and Cathy had a lot more to say.
It had been over a month since Phoenix Fest, and our town was struggling to get back to normal. My brother thought he was a hero, but my parents felt otherwise. They shipped another son off to make him into a man.
It's gonna be great. Henry's gonna meet you at the train station.
Hey, Chambers, how's your dad doing? Or should I say Principal Hurley?
Shut up, Lawrence. To think Cathy used to have Lawrence DuPont twisted around your little finger.
Lawrence DuPont is a petty, small-minded lowlife.
My dad's letting me oversee construction of the hotel, you know? My first little project.
Last I checked, your father didn't even let you pour his coffee.
The school board has instituted a busing program, which means that we will be joined by 25 students from the neighboring town of Millwood.
I had a really swell time with you at the Phoenix Fest. I think it would be nice if maybe we start going steady.
The last thing you need is another scene, another scandal. Do it. I dare you.
Ernest Sutherland, nice to meet you. Head of acquisitions at Millwood Bank.
The bank? Why?
This isn't about the diner.
Joe, don't.
This is about Mom.
That's enough! I will do what's best for our family.
Y'all still open?
Henry?
What? No kiss hello?
My brother Henry was 4 years older than me, but he hadn't been home for more than a couple of days since he went off to boarding school. I, for one, was happy to have somebody else in the house to take away my parents' attention. But why was he home? Henry said he'd finished his credits early and he was taking time off before graduation. Within the week, our family seemed almost normal, and my parents and I had even reached a truce. Or at least a temporary ceasefire.
I know her name is Jo. Her last name I don't know. When I close my eyes, I'll visualize this little girl named Jo.
I dreamed the same dream every night. And I wasn't the only one keeping odd hours.
Hello? What are you doing home so late? Hot date?
Diner, bills, money. I gotta get up in the morning. Good night.
What are you up to, Lawrence?
Oh, this old thing?
Let me guess. A statue of yourself?
Cathy, the last thing I'd want to do is boast. But schoolwork comes first. No reason to shy away from a good mark. Come on, boys.
What on earth could he mean?
Forget about Lawrence. How about you and I grab a bite tonight?
I sure could use a break from my house.
Pick you up after the gym?
Only if you shower this time.
Promise.
What?
You two look like an old married couple.
We're just friends, Cathy. If you don't believe me, ask Joe.
Affirmative. Fine. Alan, how's your dad?
Good, I guess. Sober. I'm supposed to see him after school today.
And your mom?
Just settling in. How's it having your brother back?
Something's changed. I don't really know what, but it takes the attention off of me.
You don't really talk about him much.
Truth be told, I don't really know him that well. He left for Finley when I was 6, and I don't remember much before that. We only see him on holidays at our lake house.
Our lake house.
Not getting enough sleep?
Seems to be going around.
I keep having this dream, and
Yeah?
forget it. Just must have lost my train of thought.
Henry, your mother's driving me crazy at home, so.
Do you have a moment, sir?
Can it wait till I get
It's actually about the company.
Oh.
You know how important school is to me, and how hard I worked at Finley Academy.
Straight A's.
Straight A's. I feel like I'm ready to apply that knowledge to the real world.
But you haven't graduated quite yet.
I'm ready to take my place at the family business.
The dragon is withered. His bones are now crumbled. His armor is shivered. His splendor.
Thank you, Betty. I think we all get the gist.
What's the whole point of this thing, Mr. Gibson? Aren't we supposed to be learning chemistry in chemistry class?
Well, Miss Chambers, our new principal has some modern ideas about education. In particular, that the students are to share more from their personal lives. All right, last up is Lawrence DuPont. Tell us, what did you work on over the holiday, Lawrence?
Let's go. Come on. Right there. Right there. Perfect. Friends, Attawinians, countrymen.
What a blowhard.
Over the Christmas holiday, I was appointed Executive Vice President of
I'm
DuPont.
sure we are all very happy for you, Mr. DuPont. But now let's move on to why we are actually here. Chemistry.
Attaway Diners, Thomas speaking. Oh. Hi there, Debbie. You don't usually call during the day. Of course, I wanted to hear your voice, too. Tonight? Look, I gotta put out dinner for the kids. Okay, sure. Debbie, sorry, a customer just walked in. I'll see you later.
Just to have to sign on the top line, Thomas.
I'd have just one more minute to think about it.
That's all for today, class. Before we wrap up, let's choose lab partners for the semester. Not so fast. I'll do the assigning. Mr. DuPont with Miss Cassidy, Mr. Johnson with Mr. Campbell, Ms. Chambers with Ms. Hughes, Ms. Fitzroy with Mr. Hughes, Mr. Alvarez, I'm sorry, is it Powell? Well, either way, with Ms. Hargrove. Get to know your partners before the assignments begin next week, and don't forget to complete those problem sets for tomorrow.
Lawrence?
So I'm booked most days visiting my dad at the hospital, but we could always meet. Okay.
And then he just leaves her there, takes her legs, and says that he collects prosthetics.
I haven't read any Flannery O'Connor. That sounds really cool.
Here, you can check my copy.
I tend to gravitate towards plays. Lillian Hellman, Edward Albee, Tennessee Williams.
That's cool. I should check those out.
So you guys live close?
Right on the Attaway border. Technically, we could have always gone here, but they thought it was easier if we went to Millwood.
Wait, who did?
My mom, the school district, most of America.
It was Abby who made my mom sign up for the program.
Why though? Aren't our schools basically the same?
Do you have any idea how separate and unequal our schools are? I once had to bring an umbrella to algebra class when it rained.
Inside? Wow.
So why'd you come?
I couldn't let my sister do this by herself.
That's really sweet.
Well, I have to get to math class. Don't want to be late.
I'll probably get out of here altogether. I'm gonna go to New York City. If I have to hoof it with a bunch of rich white girls to do so, so be it. No offense.
No, none taken. Wait, why would you think I'm rich? Hey, I've got an idea. How about we meet at the diner later tonight, so we can get started on Kim?
I don't think that's the best idea.
Why? It's my family's place.
We can do it at lunch in the library. I gotta go.
Attaboy, Chambers. Give me one more.
115? I was benching that in 7th grade.
Flex all you want, Lawrence. Doesn't help a lick if you crumble on the court.
Ham it up, losers. With the hotel opening next year, I won't have time for such sophomoric undertakings.
Well then, it's perfect timing to introduce our newest member of the squad.
What is he doing here?
Dwight Hughes. Welcome to the Armadillos.
What?
Dwight here was a top scorer on Millwood's JV, and he'll be playing varsity for Attaway.
We've already got Albert.
Don't mind Lawrence. Here, I'll spot you.
Just forget this.
You leave this practice, you lose your spot.
Hey, question number 4. Which part of the atom is involved in chemical bonding?
Electrons.
Okay, and if the energy is released?
Exothermic.
And if it takes it in?
Endothermic.
Gosh. Okay, what about the bond between...
Ionic.
Gosh.
Hey, sis. Who's your friend?
Joe Chambers. Joe, this is my brother Henry.
Like Joe March from Little Woman.
Yes, exactly. My mom named me after her.
They call this an Arnold Palmer, like the golfer. Remember when Dad and I went to the PGA Tour? That's all they would drink.
We really should focus. I have to meet with Junior later, and...
Yeah, of course. Oh, what can you tell me about Cathy's new beau? She's all tight-lipped about the Prince Charming.
Oh, well, for one thing, that Prince Charming would be my brother.
Small world. Well, I'm off to the office. Don't strain your little brains too much.
So how's the pain today, Mr. Alvarez?
None to speak of. Feel like $1 million.
All right, why don't you have a little lie down now?
Same time tomorrow, Lenny.
Why don't you slip her at 20, see if you can get me out of here, huh?
Your father's getting better. His heart rate and his breathing, they're stable. And he's been sitting up on his own since last Tuesday.
What does that mean?
Technically, it means your father can leave here anytime he wants. Anytime your mother and you want.
The thing is, my parents have a bit of a strained relationship. So if I could keep him here for another week.
Be that as it may, I can't keep him here forever. Russell the party who's been arranging for his medical bills to be paid, that person only donated a certain amount.
I understand that. If you just keep him here to the end of the week so I can get the house ready.
I'll see what I can do.
Joe Chambers had a bright mind and an insatiable curiosity, but she had no patience for homework.
What unit of temperature is used in thermochemistry?
Especially when it came to chemistry.
Me? It's about the best night of my life. I can't wait to see you again. Bye now, honey.
Honey?
And one of the lessons we learned in school is that for every reaction, there's an equal and opposite reaction. Of course, you can't react to what you don't know is happening.
DuPont, huh? We'll see about that.